Hi everybody, it's Miranda and I'm back to do another plan with me in my Sterling Ink A5. It is currently Monday at around 11 a.m. and I had a break from work, so I thought I would hop on and actually set up my planner for this week because I'm a little bit behind. So hope you can join in on the planner fun. This is kind of I don't know if I want to say a hard week. It is a hard week, but it's also a week that's got a lot of stuff going on, and this is kind of an annual thing where it's hard for me to kind of pick a theme for this week. Obviously, it's Halloween. For those of you who celebrate, it's on the 31st here in the States, and then we're into November. But also the hard part for me personally this week is on the 29th. It's the kind of anniversary of a friend of mine, a very, very close friend who passed. And so it is, it's a little bit hard. I got a little choked up there. So yeah, it's a little bit hard just because, there's a lot of feelings that come up this week. And I'm always remembering my friend and thinking about her. But it is just hard because in terms of planning, it's kind of a somber week, but then it's also the week of Halloween, and I never know kind of which direction to go in. So you're probably going to see me struggle this week with planning the week. It's also a week I'm not going to use a kit, so I pulled out a bunch of different items to try to incorporate. And I pulled out these two washies from the Coffee Monsters Co. from TCMC. Obviously, this is the older Halloween one, not the new one that came out, I think, which has a purple background. This one has that gray background. And then I thought that I forget what this is called, Starry Night or something like that, might work well for something at the top. But then I also had an idea to use this pumpkin one, the autumn neighborhood one at the bottom, because I have, and you'll see here in a moment, I have lots of little strips from both the Coffee Monsters Co. and then one other shop that are kind of homes. So I have these two from the Coffee Monsters Co. This is Spooky Neighborhood. This is the autumnal washi. Stickers, but they're like the washi. So I was thinking maybe I could put different homes on each night. Sorry, I don't know where my... I got all stuffed up there for a second. I got verklempt. So yeah. Anyway, and then I have these stickers from the Giving Girl, which are called the Pumpkin Patch Lane Houses. And I know it's really hard to see on camera, but maybe this big one you could see. It's a teeny tiny black cat, and then they've got little pumpkins. So I thought maybe I could use like this small one. I obviously used that one before, and then these are really long strips. So that was kind of my thought. And then I pulled in more of the gray, figuring I'd try to match some of the gray. And again, it's kind of a somber week for me. So, I mean, I don't want it to be, but I know it's going to be. So I pulled out these gray ones for my habit trackers. I pulled out some very old mini emoji checklists. You can see I've had this a long time and I've never used it, but it's got these gray, light and dark gray. And then I pulled out these as well to maybe use from the Giving Girl, kind of to mark things. I don't know. So then it would be like orange and browns plus grays. And I see it's all over the place, but I'm just going to go for it. I struggled picking out what to use. And again, just because it is kind of a both festive week, but very somber for me personally. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and just do the best I can with it. And hopefully you can join in on the fun, grab yourself a beverage, and hop on in. So I think what's going to give me some solace right now is just, starting it. And I'm going to start with the top washi. And I was thinking to kind of layer this at the top. So I'm thinking Let me grab my little washi card here. Okay, so I was thinking to kind of put kind of the two together. I don't know why. I guess I thought the black, this black with the silver in it would kind of match because this has also got silver foil. Look, it's got little rest in peace, you know. So I'm going to see how it looks. And if it works, it works. And if not, I'll adjust. So just trying to line it up here. Okay, that's pretty good. And I think I will cut because we get to this part of the year and the book is, the planner is ginormous. So let's see, I put it right. Yeah, I put it right at the line. Okay. Does that line up? That's pretty good. Okay. I did a pretty good job there. Okay, so now let's see if I can get this one or how it's going to look basically. So I was thinking, and I don't really want to cover up the emojis, but maybe they can be peeking out. I was thinking something like that. Yeah, that's kind of cute. And I don't have anything. I do have one day I have to have an early start because I'm hitting the 8 o'clock line here, but that's okay. Now this emoji I'm not going to cut. I don't like to cut emojis in the middle. So I'm going to go like that. I'll just keep it going. I'm going to grab a tissue here in just a sec. Sorry for all the little sniffling. It's not a cold, but okay. So that's how that's looking. Let me smooth that out a little bit here. And then I'm going to try to work on the houses on the bottom because I think it's going to frame the spread. So I'm going to pull out all the little bits I've got. And I know these ones from the Coffee Monsters Co. are bigger. They're like taller. But I'm going to try, and I'm going to move my book up so you can see. So I've got, I mean, I could pick just this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put one each day. I have enough, and I have backups. I've got 6 here. I've got the autumnal, but I don't know. I was kind of thinking it might make a nice scene. This one, though, I don't want to, I don't mind cutting it, but I definitely don't want to cut the emoji. So I could put like here, say at the bottom, hopefully you can see it okay. I could put, you know, I could cut like right there and have 2 strips, you know, so it doesn't look matchy-matchy. Let me think, which one do I want? I think I want the orange on Halloween day, and I do pass out candy that day, which I need to go purchase this week. So I think I'm going to put the orange one for Halloween. Okay, so here we go. We're going to commit. So it lines up with the boxes, which is good. And I guess to make it easier on myself, I am going to put it right at on the grid versus sometimes I go lower, but I won't do that this time so they can line up. All right, so I think I will. Oh, the sun is coming out. Hooray. It was looking a little overcast today, so the sun is peeking through. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. I've had it a long time. Okay. So let's pull this little strip up. Put that down. And then maybe I'll put... do I put now the Giving Girl with the black cats? Do I put the autumnal? The autumnal is the same size. It's washi, so it's the same size. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so I think I'll put the autumnal down. lot of like little strips, which is nice. You know why I had the idea? I was thinking, you know, when you go trick-or-treating, you kind of go to sometimes different neighborhoods, or you go to homes that maybe, you know, neighborhoods you don't normally go to. Oh no, I can't cut the emoji. Ah, hold on. I got to adjust this. I cannot cut an emoji. It's like sacrilege. All right, hold on. I can cut maybe where this pumpkin is. So let's cut it right here. So yeah, that's what I was thinking is like, oh, you go to different neighborhoods, and so it might look kind of cute. I guess I could overlap it as if you're walking to different neighborhoods. They don't have to be the same width, but I did measure it out for a reason. As long as I'm not cutting it in an emoji. Now I got to move it over. Okay, let's try this again. All right. So, oh, it kind of lines up pretty good there. Even the little leaf at the top. All right. Now maybe I'll try one from the Giving Girl. And Wednesday's the day that my friend passed, so maybe that day should be a little different. And I do like the black cat, so I'm going to cut. Hopefully you can see this, but and the Giving Girls, these stickers are on washi paper. They're very, very thin, very, very thin. But I'm going to cut. I want the black cat in there. And then I will cut right at the edge of this little gray or brown house here. Okay, so far so good. All right, I've got one little house there, perfect cut. And this might be another strip I can use in just a moment. So now I'm thinking I'll try maybe the purple. And I think the one with the little ghost. This is the day before Halloween. Okay, I'm realizing this one, I lined it up, but I guess the other side, I don't know if my book is now uneven because it's so chunky, but it is not lined up right. So I'm going to pull this one up very slowly. It's going to come up fine. Okay, put that one down, and then the orange one for Halloween. Okay, so far I think it's looking kind of cute. It's like a little neighborhood, a little town. Sorry again for all the sniffles. Normally I would say I would try to edit them out, but you know, since I've only got this short break today in between work, I think I won't be able to. So this one, the cute part of it is it has a little black cat here on the like the roof of this house, and then it's got, you know, the little cross over here. But I want to kind of put something different. Maybe I should use this last piece so I don't have to keep it for another year. Yeah, this one is bigger, and it does have 2 emojis in there. What should I do? Should I use this one? So I can, let's just do that. Let's use this one from the Giving Girl. And then I don't mind if this one overlaps a little bit, as long as I don't cut an emoji. Oh, that's going to overlap a lot. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. I may have to trim the Giving Girls. Okay, actually what I should do is put this one down first, so I'll know how much space I have to fill. That kind of lined up, I think so. But it's not straight. Thanks for hanging in there with me while I do this process, because then I think the rest of it will be a lot more straightforward and easier. It's just the washi this time, and that I think is a little bit more difficult, just because there's so much cutting and measuring and get your protractors out. So, okay, then if I put these two, yeah, maybe 2 homes instead of the 3. So I'll just cut kind of around that little tree. And there's a big tree behind the home. Okay, so there's how it looks. And I think it looks pretty good, actually. So hooray for that. I know it's a lot of different colors, but it's all right. Okay, so we got that section done. And let's see. Let me put the washi away. All right, so now for the week itself. And since it's such a busy spread, I just pulled out these ones I thought would be nice. I was thinking of the orange, but I don't know. It felt like it might be a little too much at the top there. Okay, so I'm going to use these Monday to Friday. So let me put my book down just a little bit here. Yeah, because part of what I was thinking is since this spread is so busy and so many colors, I'd really just stick to kind of like black ink and gray and just try to keep it a little simpler. And obviously I could do pops of like orange throughout the week, maybe pull in some purple, but I didn't want it to be like too jumbled, So, and then here I have to mark, I pulled out my sticker that it's November 1st because I always put like a monthly calendar, a monthly little one. So I pulled out this one. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I always mark, yeah, so November 1st, I'll put it maybe here. Okay, so I haven't forgotten that part. Okay, let's see. Let me do my habit tracker. So, habit tracker, I pulled out this sheet. And I'm also going to use it this week from this page as well. So I'm going to go with the gray. And let's put that down. Okay. And let me grab my tiny icons. Okay, so, and this part's kind of good because, hey, the tiny icons, I know you can color these in, but they're on gray, so they kind of theme appropriate this week. All right, walking. And reading, I need to start a new book. That's one of my things on my to-do list for today. I finished a book last week, and then I kind of took a day or 2 off, I think over the weekend because I was busy. And now I'm like, oh, I got to get back into reading. I need a new book. They're all lined up at I do a lot of audiobooks because I walk so much. But I'm like, oh, which one from Libby, which is the app I use, which one am I going to pick? All right, so I've got that. Get these tiny icons back in their little case here. Okay, and I'm going to use this week. Now I don't have anything to cover up the calendar, which is okay. I can leave it for now. Maybe I'll find something later. So I do want to put a this week down though. So let's do that. And actually, I'm gonna pull a gray. So I wanna add a little bit of highlight underneath it. So I'm using, actually, I don't know. I've had this Tombow a long time and I don't know, does this happen to your Tombows where the numbers fade out? So what I started doing, I went through this project, I think it was last summer. I went to the store, I took all my Tombows because I couldn't match the colors. And I just sat there in the store and, you know, I matched them up and then I put these little labels. So this is 933. See, everything's faded out. Show you another one, same. Like this part's all fine, but then 665 faded out. So I don't know if it's because, you know, they put it where your hand is or they obviously, you know, should do a better job. Actually, and I want to double check. I think this one, is this more gray or more purple? Oh, it's definitely gray. Okay. So I'm just going to put like a little line here. So this week will stand out a little bit more on it. And I'll use maybe this bottom one. Okay, and then my thought was, maybe I'll leave that out. Maybe I will use it. I'll put it in here. Okay, my little whoop pencil holder there from TCMC. My thought was this week to use these that I got. They're called the Fall Bucket List 2.0 Mini Deco from the Giving Girl. You know, because they're so small, and it's actually pretty nice. I did start using these a little bit, actually last night. But this whole section, so from here all the way to this line, are all different. And then this line, you can see it was the candied apple, which is what this is right here at the top. Then it starts to repeat. So these two lines are repetitions of these two lines. So that's quite a lot of different stickers, right? So I was like, oh, I could use this in a spread just when I'm jotting down something. They're a little bit bigger than the itty bitties, but not the, you know, the tiny icons, but not super big. So I was like, oh, if I have a meeting, I could put the little computer, or if I'm passing out the candy, I could put this on for Halloween, or, you know, because they're so small. And I'm like, when else am I going to use them? So, and then my other thought was to use this one from the Giving Girl for Halloween Day, passing out candy. It's called, it was a freebie. So it's like make fall trail mix and, you know, all fall trail mix, like little chocolate chips and pretzels and candy corn and, you know, but I thought, oh, this is a sticker right here. So I thought, oh, maybe that would be good. So yeah, that was my thought. So let me get down the things I know I've got going on this week. Tomorrow is my super busy day at work. Today's a lighter day. Apologies again for all the sniffling. Okay, so tomorrow I've got work starting at 12:30. So maybe, let's see, I have the meeting and I have important. I could use sort of a checklist. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I'm going to pull the gray and use this checklist. So 12:30, I'll put it at noon. Whoop. Okay. And I do go all the way till 8:30. I'm looking for my book. It's here, hiding. I have those arrows. I'm thinking of these ones, but there should be the long ones. Where are they hiding? I may have to pull that sheet. Well, or do I want to do a bunch of sticker surgery? I don't really want to do a bunch of sticker surgery. I have a sheet with them. Okay, let me go grab that sheet. Be right back. I'm here, but let me go grab them. Okay. They're in my Coffee Monster Co. binders, so I just need to find where they're hiding. I'm trying to think where they're at. I have 3 of them. Eventually, one day I will. I think I pulled them out sometimes on video to show you guys. I should do a video where I kind of flip through them. And I know there was a request recently, or a few months back, you know how time flies, where someone had asked, they wanted to see what I do, basically how I refill from my binder books to my reusable sticker book. And I thought that was a really good idea. I just have to get around to doing it. So that's been one of the things that's been on my to-do list forever, like film that video. And I haven't done it. So who knows? Maybe this week we'll finally get it done so it doesn't follow me into 2026. But I cannot find that, sorry, I cannot find the arrows, so I'm just going to do it myself here. Okay, grab a ruler, and I go till 8:30. I think I'll go right at the center here. Okay. So it's a long work day. But I did add work stickers. I did refill that part. Let me grab one of those. So I will use, oops, this one moved. Let me fix this little guy. Wait, who's on top? It's like that, the running joke. No, oh, it's okay if they rip because I have more, but I'm gonna fix this really quick. There we go. These are really delicate stickers, and I think these are from, are these from Elvira's store? I think so. Pookie Bear Cuties. Whoops. I should use them since they're this, they've kind of, I don't feel like using these this week. I want something really simple. Well, you know what? Maybe I should use them so I don't lose the sticker. Okay. Well, that decision was easy. It kind of got made for me. So, all right, let's pop down this work one. Maybe I'm gonna use the marker again, so it'll have some continuity. We can put it right here. All right. Okay, and then I've got work on Thursday. And that's an important meeting, which is why I pulled both of these two strips out here. But that one is at 11 a.m. on Thursday. So I think for this one, I'm going to do a box. I think it goes till about 1. I'm just going to kind of do a box here. And actually, why not? I will say maybe a light line here, another line here, so I can put some writing in between. Okay, so it's a work meeting. I think I'll do meeting and not important. It is important, but I'll do meeting. Work meeting. And then I'll put the information about it in the box. I'm looking at my other planner here. And then Friday, I have maybe that's where I'll use the important. Friday at 12:30, I have another work-related important meeting. It's going to be super short, but it's still important. So here, I'll just do this. Okay. Where'd the little cap go? Here we go. And I'll put the important down there. And then write in the box, that's at 12:30. And then Saturday, and then I will write Halloween in a sec, but Saturday I have a class the whole day. I was wondering if any of these would work, because I've got some light gray and some dark gray. Email, appointment, mail, pickup, call, by. I don't use these often, but because they were gray, I pulled them out. I could use appointment. It's a class. I could use one of these. I could look to also see if I have any gray boxes. So my boxes are in this book. So this has got purple and pink, but I ain't gonna love this class. The class will be a good class. I've taken classes from this instructor before. It's just going to be a very long day. I could use these gray ones. I've had these from Coffee Monsters Co. for a very long time. Those were in one of her advents or so, a long time ago. Not the subscription. Actually, and I should use those because, to be honest, I think there's something about the backing on them. They don't stick super well. You know what? Let's use them. I'm going to use it. Whoops. Let's use that guy. Okay. So that goes from 9 to 4 on Saturday. Super early. Okay. So that class, I'll write it in there. And then I could do the line. That would be okay. A lot of work stuff. It's all for work, so a lot of work kind of stuff this week. 9 to 4. Yeah, it will end definitely at 4. Okay. And then on Sunday, we got daylight savings, which I have a sticker for that. Hold on, let me think. I should have pulled it out. Daylight savings, I have to go back to my binders. Okay. Hang in there with me, folks. I appreciate it. Let me pull out my day. That one I know where it's at least. Daylight savings. Or I hope I know where it's at. Daylight savings is hard because it's, you know, like a one-off. So sometimes I debated, do I put it in my weather section? Where do I stick it, right? Because it's like, oh, it's a one-time, you know, it's not quite a holiday, but you're like, where do you put it? How do you categorize it? So that's where I was like, oh, I'll tell you in a moment which section I stuck it in. Flipping through. Oh goodness. And I know I have them. Let me think. It's too early in the morning. You gotta love when your stickers hide from you when you're looking for them, especially on video. They're like, oh, Miranda's on video? Let's hide from our sticker, from her today. Great, just great. Okay, last binder. They gotta be in here somewhere. Because I remember too, when I purchased them, I purchased like 3 pages or 3 sticker sheets, you know, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna last forever. So yeah. Oh, I'm still looking. Wow, it's really hiding. Daylights. Oh, I know where it's at. I'm looking in the wrong books. Okay, finally, my brain is engaged. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, at least this part I can show you. I could show you before, but it's just a lot to go through. It's in my functional book. That's where my brain said to stick them because they're functional and they don't really have a spot in the other book. So let's just flip through. They are, oh, and there's the arrows, see? Okay. But I already drew them. Just so I know though. Here they are, daylight savings. So I purchased, I had 3 and I used 1 full sheet. So we fall back. So thanks for hanging in there. Okay, so we fall back that day on Sunday. Of course, I changed my clock Saturday night. But, oh, let's put that gray down again. Let's give it a little oomph. Okay. And we fall back that day. See, it's a busy week. There's a lot going on. And I've also got that day kind of something fun. I've never done this before. So there is a free Pilates class for a half hour that day. So I could put, I should put a little exercise one. Yeah, let's do that actually. I don't get to use those special exercise stickers I have super often. Okay, let's see. Which one will be like the closest to Pilates? Maybe this little guy with the mat and the water. This little one from Paper Bits Co. This little dude on the yoga mat probably is too zen. I think Pilates is going to be a little bit more intense. I think I'm going to use this one. He's kind of bigger anyway. Okay. So let's see, that's at 1:30. And again, maybe, do I want to stick with this box idea? Let's do that. It's at, no, sorry, it's at 1, ends at 1:30. It's only a half-hour class. I'll go to 2 just so I have enough room to write. And then I'm probably going to hang out with my friend afterwards. Okay. So this is the free Pilates class. Okay, so this is and it's 1 to 1:30. Okay. And okay, now to do Halloween. So Halloween, let's see. We have these ones to use. I'll pull the gray, maybe I'll use this marker the whole time. So I was thinking, just double checking, making sure I have all my options here. Okay, so I was thinking of using, I kind of liked this one. And you know, I don't know exactly what time. Maybe I'll put it around 6:30, 7-ish. And they don't go super late here in my neighborhood. I think the latest last year I got was maybe 9:30. And of course, you know, when I run out of candy, then I just turn off the light and be like, okay, I'll do it at 6. I know the sun will still be out, sorta, but okay. I'll go to 10. It's okay. I guess I'm boxing everything off this week, which is, it's all right. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use the smaller tip here. And let's see. Halloween won't fit all there unless I break it up, which I could, or I could write it all here. I think I'll write it. No, I want it at the top. Halloween. It won't have enough room. I could move the sticker over. I hope. Can I pull this up? I can, but let's not. Let's do it. Let's just, I'll abbreviate it, or I'll hyphenate it. Halloween. Okay. And maybe I'll put, I don't know why I'm thinking this little one with this spooky skeleton hand. I could put this here maybe and just say, pass out candy. Pass out the goods. We'll see what kind of cute Halloween costume the kids will be wearing in my neighborhood this year, or whoever comes by. Last year it was funny too, because I think I did get some repeat teenagers, which I was fine with. I think they came by, you know, sort of around like 7:30, and then they came back. I don't know, I want to say like 9 o'clock they came back, and I was like, oh, that's fine. And they were like fast about it. I think, you know, that's where I was like, I think I've seen these guys before, but it was fun. I don't mind. If teenagers are out, that means, you know, that's good kind of fun. I hope they keep trick-or-treating as long as they want. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining in on this super long spread, and I really do appreciate your attention span and hanging in there with me. I hope you have a fantastic week. Happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate, and I'm just remembering I didn't do this is the day that my friend, I will celebrate her, and so I will after, I will jot this down. But anyway, thank you so much. If you're liking the content, please drop me a like, a comment. I will always answer comments. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell all the people you know. I'd really appreciate it. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.